Halloween! Hey guys, welcome to Nate and Melissa. Today we are talking all things Halloween and we've got our costumes to boot. So what are you, Melissa? I want to know.
You don't know?
I have no idea.
I'm Princess Dracula.
Oh, with the crown and everything.
That's right. It's the one day out of the year that I feel like I can wear the crown. Not be odd.
So I am a beautiful cow.
Yes, I know.
I got even my udders to boot. No one's allowed to touch them. You know, they are beautiful.
Yeah, those are. I like those udders.
So we're talking all things Halloween today, guys, and we want to know a couple of questions. We're going to ask a couple of questions of each other, and we'd love for you guys also to answer them in the comments below. So the first question is, we're dressed up. Do you guys dress up with your kids when they go out trick-or-treating? And so, Melissa, do you dress up?
Absolutely not.
What? I absolutely do. Now, then again, I have a 2-year-old.
Well, the reason I don't is because my son does not want me to.
Oh, okay.
That is embarrassing, quote unquote. And I often get told that I need to chill back a little bit. But I do walk with Peyton. I am the person that walks with Peyton. Normally, Tim stays here and hands out the candy, and I walk.
Yeah, so I totally dress up. I have an elf costume. I have my beautiful cow costume. I put a sheet on my head if necessary. I'm a crazy person.
Well, I have to tell you though that sometimes Peyton's mama comes for Halloween. This year she couldn't because she's busy out of town. But the best ever is that when he was little, she dressed on as a full-on witch.
Really?
A full-on
witch. Oh, that'd be
witch.
Great to see.
And I'm telling you, she put a raisin as a big, huge wart on her face.
How did she stick it to her face?
She cut it and then stuck it on there because it gets kind of sticky. We'll show a picture of it. I have to tell you though, she rang the doorbell thinking she's gonna scare like the bejesus out of Peyton, and he's like, "Well, hi, Mama. What are you doing?"
That's great.
But she walked the whole neighborhood with him like that. I mean, like, she loves Halloween, and we're sad she's not coming today. But, Mama, come next year, because I'd like to see you back in that witch's costume or something else.
So, now, what is Peyton this year?
Oh, he's Thor.
Thor? Mm-hmm. Oh, like from the Avengers and from the movie Thor.
Mm-hmm. He is Thor. He's super excited. He has his hammer and his...
and his bucket, so hammer one and bucket
hammer
the other.
And bucket, and he insisted this year that he has a pumpkin jack-o'-lantern bucket.
Pumpkin jack-o'-lantern bucket. Mm-hmm. Okay, those are cheap, pretty.
So my mom bought him that at Walmart for $1. I was like,
The problem with that is that you only can fill up a certain way. I always brought bed sheets around because we could always fill those bed sheets up forever.
Well, Peyton's picky when it comes to his candy.
Really? So he doesn't take. So he'll take it, but he won't eat it?
He'll take it, but he won't eat it. And he's, like, very particular. He only likes, he likes chocolate, but only specific chocolate.
Like what?
Hershey's plain.
Okay.
And Nestle's Crunch bars.
Okay. Those little ones that come like this big? Okay.
Fun size, full size. I mean, he loves.
The full-size houses, those are the great ones.
And then Nerds. Mm-hmm. Blow Pops. Tootsie Roll Pops. Tootsie Rolls.
He doesn't seem that picky to me.
Candy corn. That's it, though. No,
really?
Think about Halloween night.
There's like Skittles and Stars.
No, he won't eat. He will not eat a Skittle for $1 million.
So, okay.
And I can't eat much anyway because of gluten free. I can. So that leaves my husband.
Yeah, he's got a stockpile.
Like he's like. Rrr.
That's awesome. Well, Hannah this year is
what's
Fufa.
Hannah?
I don't know if you know what that is.
Wait
Fufa is from Yo Gabba Gabba. And I'm going to put a picture of her up because we already took pictures for everybody to see because we dressed her up. Mm-hmm. We got the costume from Zoolily. And so it's the cutest costume. I mean, like, we came in the mail. She's like, "What's that, Dada?" And I'm like, "It's your costume." And so she's like, "Okay." And so she opened up. She's like, "Oh, it's Fufa!" And I just, it was the cutest thing. So she can't wait. So it's really nice and thermal, so it doesn't matter if it's cold or not. So it's the cow with the Fufa. I mean, like, I'm going to be walking around.
That's cute.
Oh my gosh, it's great to have a little girl.
Does Lacey dress up too?
Absolutely not.
Yay, Lacey, you're on my team.
She thinks I'm crazy. I think I get more looks from the crazy people, on the street than...
I don't think it's crazy at all. Like, I just think that it's up to you and what you want to do. I think it's cool, super cool if you do it, and if your child will let you.
Yeah, I don't think she'll let me for very much longer, so I'm taking advantage.
You need to. Absolutely.
So now, what do you do? Like, talking about leftover candy that Peyton won't eat. when your child gets the candy, do you look it over first? Do you let them eat it
Oh,
there?
yeah.
What do you go through the process of, like, when they get the candy?
Okay, so we go, we finish, we come in, and well, at the end of the night, we do s'mores with our neighborhood friends.
Okay.
So I have already purchased, everything for s'mores, and we provide that for our friends.
Okay.
And we also have a fire, and so that's going to be a lot of fun. So we end the night with s'mores, and I tank them all up on sugar and send them home for bed.
I bet the parents love that.
Well, they're all eating them too. So. Anyways, and then we come home and right here we put everything out on the counter.
Right here.
And then we go through every single item and make sure nothing's been tampered with.
Right. Like, what do you look for when you like puncture holes?
Anything that's been opened, like, or that could have accidentally opened, even if it wasn't like that. We pitch all that.
Yeah, we do too.
And I grew up in the era of the razor blades. In the candy.
Oh, I never thought about that.
Yeah, and so, like, I can remember coming home and my dad, like, opening every candy bar,
really?
like, and breaking them in half because that year that, razors had been put in candy.
Really?
And so I'm a little bit crazy like that, too, and I make sure everything is safe, and then... So the funny part is that he sorts it himself. No, we don't even tell him to do this. And he makes this pile for his dad, which is, like, humongous, all the stuff that he won't eat. This little pile for me, because, he knows the few little things I can eat. And then this pile for himself, which is kind of like medium size. But, his dad's the one that racks up on Halloween in our house. Like,
so, what does Tim do with all the candy? Is he, like, space it out, or is he, like...
Well, so I don't allow Tim to eat it all at one time, because, hello. No, I do a lot of other things with the candy. I just take them and, like... have you ever taken the candy bars and put them in flour tortillas and wrap them up and bake them and turn them into a...
No, that sounds yummy.
So good. I have a recipe for that. I can share that with you too, and everybody. But and then just I also freeze the candy bars. Have you ever done that? I'm sure you have.
Yeah.
And then also I'm the room mom for Christmas.
Okay.
Parties. So I try to pull away all the ones that I could possibly get away with using.
Yeah.
How about you? What do you do with the candy after Hannah?
So we always go through it. But Hannah's like one of those children that wants it right now. So as the person's giving it to her, I'm inspecting it because she wants to like look at it. And then she's like, can we open it right? Like last year was her first year going around and she was so excited.
Oh, yeah.
And so she's like, I want it right now, Dada. And I'm like, you can't have it right now. We got to go get more. She's like, okay. So this year is our second, like she's talking a lot. So but she loves, like we go buy the fun size M&Ms at Dollar Tree and every 2 or 3 days I'll give her a pack and we'll split a pack. And so she knows like how it works.
Yes.
But I'm afraid that she's going to get so excited that she'll want to open them all.
Well, let's talk about this really quick too. So when you go to trick or treat, I have a thing that we practice before we leave the house every year, and we go through what is expected of you at trick or treat. So do you do that?
Not yet. We've never done it before. I held her for most of the time because she was one. She was walking, and she got tired, and so we brought the stroller last time.
Absolutely.
This year, I think she's going to be really excited. So what do you do? How do you practice?
Well, we do, especially when Peyton was young, like you're, 2, 3, we would do a dry run. So he would go out, and he would go up and walk up to our house and ring the doorbell with Tim. And then he would ring the doorbell, and I would answer it. And he would say, trick or treat. And then I would put it in, and then he would say, thank you, happy Halloween, and then he would leave.
Good.
And I get more adults when we're trick-or-treating, not only saying he's so cute, because, he is, but saying he's the most well-mannered child that I've had tonight. And that is so, thank you.
That's good. I love that idea.
And I think it really shows the difference, too, because when kids come here and they don't say thank you, and they just, take the candy and run.
And they think they're entitled to it. And
you're not entitled. You need to say trick or treat.
Yeah, you might actually get extra if you say thank you.
You do it at my house.
Okay. So one of the big things after Halloween, so tomorrow, November 1st, what you guys want to make sure to do is go to your local grocery store or go to Walmart and look for those clearance candy. And I actually buy a lot of candy after Halloween because it's a big candy holiday, but I freeze it. And when I freeze it, I can go and make recipes out of it later. I can bring it out for Christmas if need be. It's a great way, if you can control yourself, to
think that's
really
smart.
Save a lot of money.
And it not only necessarily just tomorrow, but even the few days after that, I like to wait and kind of hold out as long as I can until it's 70% off.
Right.
75% off, up to 90% off. Especially, it'll go that cheap at Target and Walmart.
Yeah, the selection may be a little slim. But...
Yeah, but you'll still be able to get, like you say, napkins if you're going to be hosting a Halloween party the next year. And, some of those items won't get so picked over. But
right.
I definitely also freeze it because I can't eat it frozen. If you've ever tried to eat a frozen candy bar, I wouldn't recommend it.
Yeah, it'll hurt your teeth. So,
I have had readers say to me, I'm too tempted to do that. Well, if you freeze it, you won't be tempted.
Yeah, and if you have one of those chest freezers, stick it at the bottom of your freezer and cover it with vegetables, and that way you forget about it.
You do.
And it's there when you need it. And we usually use it for recipes. We actually, when we do Christmas, we do a candy Christmas cake.
Yes.
And that's a great way not to have to spend full price. And candy's expensive.
It is.
And it's a great way to save money. So.
Or, use it for stocking stuffers because, right now, if you can get candy at 75, 90% off, I have a stocking stuffer box that I keep, and I just go place that in there, and that way it's not something that I visibly see on a daily basis.
So now, what do you do about Halloween costumes? Do you consider doing a Halloween costume?
So that's the other great point. Even if you don't want to necessarily choose your child's costume for the next year, after Halloween is the time to score costume deals for the dress-up box. And a really great Christmas idea is actually to create a dress-up box for your child and give that to them, and you'll spend literally dollars on it, and they'll be so excited.
Yeah, I can't wait. Hannah loves princesses right now. We have Princess Aurora and Princess Ariel, and so I'm looking this year. I'm going to go afterwards, and I'm going to say it's not necessarily for next year because I'm afraid of her size. She's growing. But I'm going to look for dress up in fun times, and she can dress up her princess dress. And so.
Absolutely. And I got this cape for $2.
It looks great on you, by the way.
Thank you. And I know it's not shocking that and I got this crown too that went with it. Princess Dracula.
What a creative thing.
Anyways, well, we hope you have a really wonderful Halloween, and tell us how you celebrate your Halloween.
Yeah, we want to know what you guys do with your kids. Yeah, absolutely.
Do you dress up? I'd love to hear.
Yeah, I want to know if you dress up.
Are you like Nate, or
nut.
are you like Melissa?
Thanks, guys, so much for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
Be sure to subscribe. Thanks.